Todd Robinson, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Un grand merci d'avoir accepté l'invitation de la Fringale culturelle. C'est un plaisir de vous rencontrer pour la première fois. On va ensemble parler de votre actualité, un roman qui s'appelle Cassandra, disponible aux éditions Gallmeister. Vous êtes donc en visite en France. Le fait d'être publié chez nous, quel sentiment vous ressentez?
So far it's been an absolutely remarkable experience and very different from my experiences in the States. The way booksellers treat the authors, the way the publisher treats the authors, the way the authors go to the bookstores, the way that events are handled. It's been an eye-opening experience, but it's also very, very gratifying to have the book appreciated in not only another country, but in another language.
Todd Robinson, Cassandra, c'est votre roman actuellement aux éditions Gallmeister. Il y a donc deux personnages, Boo et Junior, qui ne se sont pas quittés depuis l'orphelinat. Est-ce que vous pouvez nous parler de Boo et Junior?
Boo and Junior are two Boston bouncers, or videurs, if you will, who wind up in the middle of an investigation for a 14-year-old runaway. They're lifelong friends. They grew up in the state system, both orphans, and they're completely taken out of their element by this investigation that they probably shouldn't have wound up doing. They are forced to re-examine certain aspects of their own lives and their own losses over the years while they search for Cassandra, who is the daughter of a powerful Boston politician. It's a story that couldn't happen in almost any other city. It's very particular to the city of Boston because of the differing class levels and the lines that are drawn as a result of that. You have at the top some of the oldest money in the United States, some very powerful politicians, and at the bottom you have the day-to-day workers such as Boo and Junior, which is where I live. You know, even to this day, I mean, I'm a barman in New York, but I was a videur in Boston for many years at a very famous rock and roll club that this is based upon in the book. And very rarely do people move from one social strata to another. And if they do, God help you if you have to try to find them, because you can't. The police can't get to the bottom, and the bottom can't go to the top. And anytime that there is, there's an element of conflict involved. This can't happen story-wise in New York. New York is more of a blend. Los Angeles is more of a blend. Chicago. Boston is a very unique city in that sense, and I wanted to make the city itself a character within the novel.
Alors justement, ces deux personnages, et, comme vous venez de le dire dans la réponse, ils viennent de votre expérience en tant que videur, mais il y a aussi de l'imagination, c'est un mélange des deux.
Nearly every character in the book comes from my experience, including the bar, including the inciting incident. The first 40 pages of the book are very nearly non-fiction and stemmed from an incident that happened after an all-ages punk rock show, just as it happened in the book, where a young girl's father showed up at the bar to look for her. She hadn't come home after the show. And I looked at him, and he was very middle class. But he was very uncomfortable in the setting of, you know, the dark, dirty, nasty rock and roll bar. And it just started me thinking, what if I could find this kid? Because I certainly would be more able to traverse the ways of the underground rock and roll scene than that gentleman ever could, or that any police ever could. And that idea germinated over 20 years ago, and it always stuck with me, the idea of what I could have been capable of doing that no one else could, or that my peers could have done, as a result of being in that scene.